What is up, guys? Matt here again. So today this is going to be my review of Bleach chapter 645, Don't Chase the Shadow. So the chapter begins where we left off previously. Shunsui and Lily Barrow are kind of having a standoff, and basically their fight has now begun. And obviously, as we know, Shunsui's whole he can be a bit immature, and his whole kind of fighting techniques are mainly around playing games. And you know, it perfectly illustrates that in this chapter. Shunsui says, well, Lily Barrow first of all says, "Look, I know what your strategies and techniques are from previous fights." And Shunsui says, "So, have you not heard of this specific game?" And Lily Barrow says, "Oh, you mean this?" So basically, Shunsui's saying, "Oh, so after me explaining this game to you, it's basically it, or tag." Shunsui says, "Well, I just wasted my time explaining that because you have your own version of it." But after all the silliness stops, it gets down to serious business, and basically, well, for starters, Lily Barrow somehow managed just to kind of touch Shunsui at least. It appears that there's no serious damage at all. I think he just manages to hit one of Shunsui's foot, and it doesn't do much damage at all. But Shunsui says, you managed to see my Kageoni for what he really is for the first time. No one's ever been able to do that before. And Shunsui complains about, obviously Lily Barrow knows what Shunsui does, but Shunsui didn't really know what Lily Barrow's abilities are. And Lily Barrow explains, he says, "I'm Sternry to X. My power is the power to, go through anything." But interestingly enough, Shunsui's pretty much just trolling Lily Barrow, because Shunsui's kind of, there's something to do with Reishi, and apparently Shunsui is able to kind of make kind of illusions of himself, and Lily Barrow's like, how is this possible? Why am I, how am I getting tricked by this? And Shunsui's just like straight up baller. "I'm the captain and commander of the Gotei 13. What do you expect?" And Lily Barrow obviously was shocked, because obviously for starters, he wouldn't know that they'd replaced Yamamoto, sorry. And second of all, he's probably thinking, "Ah, shit, I'm going up against like the strongest they've got." And obviously that would probably be a bit unnerving. But interestingly enough, towards the end of the chapter, Lily Barrow's he's just getting totally mind fucked. He just can't understand, the illusions. He just keeps shooting at all the illusions and not actually hitting Shunsui, and it's just not going his way. And Shunsui says it's funny because the scary thing about a child's game is the part you don't know where it begins and what it's actually like. You could be prepared, but all it takes is one move for it to end. You're dragged into this now, no matter what, and you can't back out." And that's the end of the chapter. And Shunsui says, "We're going to play this until one of us drops." So the fight's now practically officially begun. The game is afoot, and one of them is not going to make it out of this. Obviously, it's probably going to be Shunsui, because I can't see them. I can't see them taking down the captain commander again. So Shunsui's going to have something up his sleeve, even if this initial thing doesn't go his way. I mean, we haven't even seen his Bankai. I'm sure if the situation got dire enough, he'd use it. So it'd be interesting to see if we do actually see Shunsui's Bankai, because that's one of the ones that everyone's most intrigued about, because of all the hype in the fake Kurokara Town arc when Ukitake said, you can't do this here. So it'd be interesting to see if it's different now and he can do it. Obviously there's no one else around except for Nanao, who's gone back to the main forces again because Shunsui and Lulabaro have kind of gone off away from the main force now, which, you know, should give them plenty of space, and maybe he can actually use his Bankai. So it'd be interesting to see what it actually is if we do get to see it. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching this video, and I'll definitely see you on the next one. Bye now.